What's going on, YouTube? It's been a couple days since I've done a video here at home. I wanted to talk about the new stuff we've been seeing about Fiendsmiths. So this deck is probably going to be a little nutty. Ashen is one of those decks that is starting to come out now that I didn't feel like had the impact we needed it to have. But Fiendsmith may be one of those that are different. So we have so much going on with these cards. Um, the Fiendsmith himself is a level 6 light fiend monster. He's essentially a commandant. You pitch him, but you're just adding a spell or trap, not specifically a field spell, being Necro Valley. Um, so right there is Ash. Uh, Target one Fiendsmith equip card you control and one monster on the field. Send them both to the graveyard. So it sends, it does not destroy. If this card is in your graveyard, shuffle one of the light fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck. Special summon this card. That can be the fusions. That can be another copy of himself. It just says one other light fiend monster. So when we pitch him, we're going to be looking for a couple things here. I'm going to skip through here. You can add Tractus. Tractus is add one light fiend monster from your deck to your hand, then discard one card. Automatically, the first thing that pops in my mind are dangers. Dangers is cards that when we discard them, we're going to get some advantage here. But dangers are one of these cards that... Sorry, I'm going a little crazy here. Dangers is one of those cards that when we pitch those or when we discard those, we get the advantage. Banish discard from your graveyard. Fusion summon one Fiendsmith fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. Feels like Thunder. So Thunder, and the next card's going to feel a lot like a striker card we've tried to get rid of for a long time. So this feels like Thunder, where you can banish one or whatever we need to do. We're using cards from field or hand as material. They're just like a normal fusion, but it feels like Thunder there to me. Another option we can add is Sanctus. So this one says if you control no face-up monsters or all face-up monsters you control are light fiend monsters, special summon one token. Also, you cannot declare attacks for the rest of the term except with fiend monsters. That's okay. That makes me feel Unchained could be locked into or be used in this because Unchained is just fiends. Now, no, they don't fit the light fiend monsters, but this right here is your starter. This is what's getting us into those plays. We summon the token, and then we can link that token into like Requiem. Let's finish what this does, and then we'll go back to Requiem. So, if a face-up Fiendsmiths monster you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while this is in your graveyard, set this card. This is going to be a stupidly power 1 of or 2 of. I don't see this card being at 3 just in case. I wouldn't want to open more than one, and it's searchable, so it's probably going to be a 2 of. Let's go back to Requiem because that's how we're going to get into our engine. So you can only special summon Requiem once per turn, and you can only use the effects once per turn. During the main phase quick effect, tribute this card, special summon one Fiendsmith monster from your hand or deck. Well, obviously we're summoning the Fiendsmith, which then goes back into the combos. When he is summoned, target, or just in general, we've already hit it, but target one equip card you control on one monster, send them to the graveyard, and then if it's in the graveyard, special it and summon it back. So he's constant recurral. You can target one non-link light fiend monster you control. Equip this card from your field or graveyard to that target, and it gains 600 attack. So that is going to play into our Dai's Ira. You can only use the effects once per turn. You can negate the effects of a number of face-up cards on the field until the end of this turn, up to the total link rating of the link monsters equipped to this card as equip cards. Sorry, stumbling over my words. So what that means is when we attach Requiem to this, we automatically have a single negate. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle one of the light fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck, then target one card on the field and send it to the graveyard. The shuffle and target is cost. It is cost. That's going to matter. Go back to another option we can add with just the normal Fiendsmith. Target one level 7 or higher light fiend monster you control. Send all other cards on the field to the graveyard except that monster. This is a dark hole. Very specific. And it works with the big guy because he's a 9. Next effect is if your opponent special summons a monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, send one Fiendsmith monster from your deck or extra to the graveyard, which activates their effects. This card is going to be very good. I can see this being a 3 of. I think that's as far as we go this way. Yeah, we go back to the beginning. So this is one we haven't talked about yet, the Lacrimosa. 2 light fiend monsters. You do have to use 2. I don't think there's been any cards released yet saying that it allows 1 card to be the entire fusion material for it. So you can only use the first and third effect once per turn. The first effect, if this card is fusion summoned, you can target 1 light fiend monster in your graveyard or banishment or banished. Either add it or special it. Well, that's real easy. We're going to special it. Monsters your opponent controls lose 600 attack, and then Requiem says they gain 600, so you already have a 1200 attack point swing. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle 1 of the light fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck, shuffle's cost, and then inflict 1200 damage to your opponent. Now, these are trigger effects when they're sent. It can be for the link summon, it can be effect, whatever, but they are when they're sent. I do want to touch on the artwork. So, I'm actually pretty interested in this. So they look like bikers or rock stars or whatever. I mean, obviously the Fiendsmith is the Lacrimosa there. You can see it. And the eyeball sort of gets me. Now, the lady in the background, I'm curious what they're going to end up doing with that, or if that's going to be part of it. This isn't all of the deck, I'm assuming. And you can see the little eyeball there. They all sort of like go together. And then here he is again, a little different. And then there's the eyeball. Like, I really like the artwork that they've done with this. Here's the Requiem. It's just, that's what's on his back is what it looks like at the beginning here. Just the artwork and the way these flow are really interesting. Now this guy right here was a throwback. He looks like the, oh shoot, if you remember what it is, throw it in the comments, but like Contract with the Dark or whatever it is. But that's what it looks like it's summoning out of the eye here. Overall, these cards are going to be, I feel like, more important or more impactful than what Ascend was. Ascend is really a field spell based, pretty decent right now as a really rogue option. I still don't think it's good. I still think it needs a lot of work or a lot of help. But it could be turned into a good rogue option just because of Fire King Island. Overall, this deck looks like it's going to be more complete. It has way more spell-based, like, here's your Hornet Drones. Right here's your Thunder Dragon Fusion. There's a searchable Dark Hole that's not going to destroy your boss monster. Like, this deck feels like it could be very good. It's something I'm going to be interested in playing. This does have an OCG release date of April 27th, so we shouldn't be looking for it here in the TCG until late summer, early fall. Hopefully around the time of the 10s. And we always get TCG exclusive during the 10s, so maybe they'll give us a little support. Other than that, it was good talking about this. If you have different takes, if you have more information, if I missed something, always make sure to leave that in the comments. I'm always open to criticism, always open to learn. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching the videos. Have a great night.